how to activate the positive transformation of Africa through the partnership that the United Nations Population Fund maintains with the African Union. This has been the commitment of the UNFPA for the past 2 decades.
3 of our 6 regional offices are in Africa, but it's also the epicenter of major problems on which UNFPA is working.
For the Executive Director of UNFPA to the African Union in Addis Abeba, this partnership is exemplary because it responds to the major emergencies facing Africa today.
Our strategic plan has 3 priorities. We call it the 3 zeros.
The first zero to ensure that there are no maternal deaths. The second challenge is to ensure that no woman who needs to access family planning services encounters any difficulties. And the third challenge, it's really to get to zero gender-based violence.
One may add to those priorities social phenomena such as child marriage or female circumcision, which are major trends on which we all must work for a long time to change them. Hence the need to have a fruitful partnership with the African Union created in 2003 to succeed the Organization of African Unity itself created in 1963 and is therefore celebrating its 60th anniversary in order to ensure the full participation of the 54 African states.
And more half of our programs in terms of budget, in terms of portfolio, are also found in Africa.
What is at stake here is Africa's march towards progress through the reduction of 1/3 of cases of maternal mortality, thanks to access to family planning, but also to the fight against gender-based violence.
Yes, I think it's an extraordinary partnership because the African Union is indeed a continental institution which is constantly looking for ways to speed up Africa's march to its progress.
For Mabingingam, this partnership goes beyond a simple coordination of efforts across the continent, since it should enable UNFPA to forge partnerships with other countries that are more advanced in capturing their demographic dividend.
We had a great meeting with the Brazilian ambassador in Addis Abeba to see how we can strengthen South-South cooperation between Africa and Brazil. The same with India. And we're seeing how to make India give more support to African countries, but also the African Union as an organization in the acceleration of leading Africa towards our prosperity.
To learn and be inspired by others. The goal is to impact Africa so to be able to achieve the Sustainable Development Goals in 2030, to capture its demographic dividend by 2050, and why not, to enter an era of globalization by 2063 within the framework of the African Union agenda named the Africa We Want.
These African countries also need to build on the experience of other countries in development that a few decades ago had the same difficulties, and today, thanks to hard work and thanks to endogenous innovations, we're still able to get their heads above water. And some of them today have even become true models. In any case, they were able to move from a situation of underdevelopment to now become true economic powers. I was going to say, the case of China, Brazil, South Africa. Well, it's still in Africa, but I think that there are these BRICS countries which today are becoming real models, and it gives confidence to Africans. It will allow them to see that it's possible to do it by putting in work, that it's possible to do it through partnerships, and that the situation of underdevelopment is not a permanent situation. It's possible to transcend it.